Yeah, welcome to the show. How's it going, everyone? Let's see, as usual, it's very important. This is the most important thing when watching a YouTube video. This is the number one thing, is to see who is first. You look at the top chat, and who is first matters, because people want it to matter. See, Evan Scorcha is first. Evan Scorcha. Congratulations, Evan. You are the first. But what Evan doesn't know is that I'm always first. Oh, I got Alice. Someone asked me to put my streams on Twitter. That's a good point. Let me upload this baby really fast. Then as usual, I'll talk some shit until we get more people watching, and then I'll get into something which really pissed me off about Life is Strange. God damn it, I am legitimately pissed off about it. And I'll tell you why when we get like 100 viewers or something. So it's usually like when you start talking about things, people who join later don't have context, and I want the least people to know what I'm going to talk about. I'll be banned in Twitch in 5 minutes. We're going to get to Twitch in a little bit. Holy shit. Like, you think YouTube is bad. So I'm making a video about Twitch. I'm giving you a sneak peek, right? It's probably going to come up in a day or two, unless some other main shit comes up in the news and pushes it away. But hopefully I will make my video on Twitch. It's about Quartering getting banned because he read on his video Twitch's terms of service. This is how retarded it is, right? The Quartering got banned from Twitch because, and I believe this happened on YouTube. I don't think it happened on Twitch. I believe on his YouTube channel, he read Twitch's terms of service. Fuck me. How is this not retarded? How is this not ridiculous? To get banned from Twitch because on your YouTube channel you talk about you talk about Twitch's terms of service. Hold on, I put the wrong link on Twitter. Let me fix it in a little bit. Let me just fix it up really quick. Put up the dashboard. There is no dashboard. Okay. All right. Ethan Ralph has a hangover. we had a little bit of exchange in private. Let me get just put this up on Twitter, and then we can begin, because there's a lot of things I want to say, both about Twitch and about Life is Strange, because Life is Strange really pissed me off. Like, it legitimately got me upset. There we go. Okay. So I streamed Life is Strange, right? I'm streaming the game, I'm playing it. It's fair use. It's fair use, right? And for a game, I actually get a lot of people interested. I had over 2,000 people watching my game. 2,000 something people, you know, they were following my game. Which is quite interesting, right? I'm talking about the overall, not the live viewers. Like, after I finished the stream, in one day I had 2,000 people. And I'm looking at it, and it's monetized. Like, it's fine, all right? It is absolutely fine. Today I wake up, and it gets a claim. The only way it could get a claim, right, because it's not automatic. If it was automatic, it would have been instant. Some developer, some asshole developer from that company came on my channel and filed a manual claim for that shit. I don't know, I speak with other people who play this, right? Like, I spoke with other people who play Life is Strange. They don't get the claim. I got the claim. I fucking got a claim. You know what's really pissing me off? I genuinely recommended their game. I literally told people that it's okay to buy that game, because it was so bad it was actually funny and entertaining. Like, I genuinely had fun playing that shitty game. I was enjoying myself. I was entertained. It was so bad. It was so awful. The politics were being stuffed so hard in that I couldn't stop laughing. I was laughing so hard on that stream that there were tears dripping down my cheeks. Do you understand this shit? I had a good time playing Life is Strange. Kronos, feel free to clip this and upload it on your fucking channel. I will go on record. I had fun playing Life is Strange 2. And not only that, I recommended it to other people. I said that. I said, like, you can buy it. You can buy it. It's good shit. But I guess because I made fun of their politics and, you know, I didn't appreciate the game in the way you're supposed to appreciate it. You know, get some insightful shit from playing Life is Tumblr. Someone was butthurt. And you know what's the problem with getting a claimant? Because if it was just the claim, if it was like, okay, you know what, I'm not going to get money. The money is going to get to the developer. That's fine. That's fine. The problem is that now YouTube is putting this algorithm called duplication. And duplication means that if you're mirroring videos, if you're like Kronos and you're clipping streams, if you're doing any of that, it happened to Ralph as well on his archive channel. YouTube will not monetize it anymore. They don't want duplication, right? And part of that is also if you have copyright claims on your videos, if you get a couple of them. I delete all of them. I don't want to have anything to do with it. So I had to delete Life is Tumblr too. And it was a great stream. I was looking at the comments. People were enjoying it. I had fun. I was having fun interacting with people. I am legitimately upset. I never get upset for deleting a stream. Never. That did not happen. This one legitimately pisses me off because it's the developer that did it because, well, I guess I didn't enjoy the product in the way you're supposed to enjoy the product or some shit. I can't explain it otherwise because other people played it and they don't get the copyright claim. Like Alice says, it was a pile of shit, but it was fucking hilarious. Absolutely. Absolutely. It was a good game. You still have Louis Leval's stream. Well, it's interesting to see how much time until Louis Leval's channel gets demonetized if he keeps fucking around with this shit. Right. That's one thing of the day. I explained to you guys why I deleted it. I don't want to delete streams. I think it's on BitChute. Actually, I don't know if this channel is on BitChute. I don't think it is. Maybe I should start uploading shit on BitChute. I'm on BitChute now. My main channel is. And BitChute is going to have a monetization system for people to make money. I'm in the beta. Getting money from BitChute. I'm going to try to get the CEO of BitChute on my channel. And, you know, we can talk about it. I'm trying to get Styx as well. Like Styx and the CEO of BitChute. That would be interesting. You know, to have a little bit of stream like that. It's going to be fun. And hopefully more people are going to go on BitChute. Because they won't be able to pull this shit on BitChute. You know what? Like, fuck you, it's on BitChute. What are you going to do? You know, I'm going to have a stream. And I can make videos that I actually want to make. There is so much things that I can't put on YouTube because it's YouTube. For example, right? There is a guy who also looked into the Twitch thoughts. Twitch thoughts. Very interesting, a subject. And he uploaded content from Twitch on YouTube. It got a community strike. I am not making this up. This is not funny shit, okay? Some twat out there got footage from Twitch, put it on YouTube, and got a community strike. Can you imagine this? Like, can you just wrap your head around this shit? What do you think about it? It's not Jeremy. Jeremy got banned from Twitch for something. Well, he got suspended. But it is fantastic, isn't it? Right? So oh god. Okay, fine. I'll go into Twitch. I'll go into Twitch for a little bit because it is pissing me off. This is my next video, by the way. This is my next video about Twitch. Which is Venti, fucking Venti. She is going to bring censorship on this platform with her stupid trolling. I guarantee you, one day there's going to be an article about Venti getting trolled. I think she actually made it in the news. I think there was like a mainstream journal that took her serious or some shit. Oh, God. Why? Why? Okay, right. So let's talk about Twitch. As I said, I'm going to make a video about it. You're going to get a little spoiler. But they got rules, right? Like rules of conduct on Twitch. And Jeremy started reading the rules on his YouTube channel, The Quartering, and he basically pointed out how they require you to dress in a specific way. Like, they require you to dress the same way you're dressing when you're going to the mall, you know, the same way you're dressing when you're walking on the street. And this bitch on Twitch is painting her tits. She is painting her tits live on Twitch. Painting her tits. Can you imagine this? Is she going to walk like that on the 30th Street Avenue? Is she going to go to her mother at the dinner table with her tits painted? No. Absolutely not. So Jeremy names the thought. He commits the sin. He commits the ultimate sin, which you can't do on Twitch, which is to name the thought and point out. It's like, yeah, this woman is violating the terms of conduct that Twitch has set. Like, they don't have to set these terms of conduct. They can say it's fine. They can be a softcore porn site if they want. No one is stopping them from being a softcore porn site. And here is the hypocrisy. Here is what I genuinely get pissed off. Here is what not myself, but a lot of other women get pissed off as well, is the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy. Because they want to consider themselves a family-friendly website where, you know, let your kids watch it. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Go and see the thoughts. It's you know, because there aren't any. There aren't any. Every single woman that plays, she's putting content for the viewer. She is putting content, and people don't watch it because of the tits. And if you say any otherwise, if you're disagreeing with this, then you get banned. Then you get suspended. So it's basically, they want to advertise as a family-friendly company, but at the same time, they're also allowing softcore porn on their website. And anyone who points it out, anyone who criticizes them for it gets banned. Of course they get banned. There is a woman on Twitch that got defended by Polygon recently, 1 or 2 weeks ago. Holy shit, I'm so angry. And the reason she was in problems is because people found out she was married, right? So she claimed that she is not married. And people donated money to her. Thousands of dollars while she was on the stream. Thousands of dollars, right? Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong. But she lied. Okay, her channel is a product on the market. And the consumer was being misled. She was saying that she is not married, and then people found out she's married. How do you think people reacted? Chat, tell me, how do you think people reacted when they found out? Let me know in the chat. How do you think people reacted when they found out that the woman they were spending thousands of dollars on didn't have a boyfriend? She was married. Alice Edgeworth says pissed. I suppose that's one way to put it. That's a gentle way of putting it. She can get $1,000 for Pornhub's actress do for $3. Okay, like Stooges cocked, they probably didn't care. Boobs are boobs. That's interesting. That is an interesting phenomenon that can happen. A little bit pissed off. Okay, a little bit pissed off. That is very cool. All right, so they were a little bit pissed off that this woman was lying in their face that she doesn't have a husband. So she runs over to Polygon because her community was unsubscribing. People were leaving. Money was low. She goes to Polygon, and there's this journalist who makes this sobbing article explaining how difficult life it is to be a woman on Twitch. Right? She doesn't mention the context. She doesn't mention anything. It's just, oh, look, men are such misogynist pigs. And then immediately, the next day, she gets, I believe, a $30,000 donation from someone. Can you imagine that? A $30,000. It's like being on YouTube and getting a 30K super chat. So, of course, Twitch takes part of that money. How much does Twitch take? I don't know. But Twitch takes a big chunk of that, right? These women are giving Twitch money. They are producing for Twitch. Of course, Twitch is going to defend them, and Twitch is going to ban everyone that complains. Like, look on Twitch, there is this constant, absolutely constant theme that you notice, right? Like, you cannot notice it. If you're a pretty girl, you will not get suspended for long. Like, no, pretty girls get suspended. That's, they come back. If you're a guy, if you're suspended, you're fucked. There is an exception to this, Darkside Phil. I don't know how the fuck that man manages. He jerked off twice on a stream. Twice. Not once, but twice he jerked off on streams. He keeps coming back. I think Darkside Phil might be the new Twitch mascot. I don't know who he knows at Twitch. I don't know what strings he is pulling. Maybe he's got a guardian angel in the heavens, but there are two things you can't ban from Twitch: thoughts and Darkside Phil. Wally World X, they felt stupid as fuck backlash. No, they didn't. They just left. Yeah, he jerked off twice by accident. Yeah, he did not know he was streaming. He was cracking a nut, and then he started flagging people on YouTube for uploading his content. people were uploading Darkside Phil's content, on YouTube when he was jerking off. It's basically like I will describe it to you, so I don't get so I don't get the community strike, right? I'll just close your eyes and I will describe to you what Darkside Phil was doing. Okay. Imagine seeing the face of this guy, and you see some vigorous shaking underneath the camera. It's almost like, imagine he's got this painting of Saint Mary, right? This Orthodox painting of the Mother of Jesus, and he's got a rag in the other hand, and he's polishing the painting really fast up and down, to make sure there's no dust on it. It's like, and it's going on for minutes, right? Like you're imagining this, right? And his facial expression is that of satisfaction, that of smiling and moving a little bit back, and opening his eyes. And you could see that his body requires a lot of breath, right? Like there's not enough oxygen going to his brain. Like there is definitely a lot of metabolic activity within his body, right? And then, right, you notice that he stops and he goes, and I quote, "Oh, the camera was on the whole time, huh? The camera was on." That is exactly what happened. Why would you polish a painting? To get rid of the dust. Ah, my fucking God. It's the same. Oh, by the way, there was this thought on Twitch. Like, this was during the huge debate. I love it. There is a debate. Like, Polygon actually sparked a debate if women can show tits on Twitch. Like, no one is saying they can't show tits on Twitch. I am, like, what's the difference between a woman that is on Twitch and a woman that's on Chaturbate? The woman on Chaturbate is fucking honest with you. She's selling you honesty. She's like, yeah, I'm showing you tits, you give me cash, that is what's going on. The woman on Twitch is like, no, this is about video games. Oh, fuck off. So there was this woman from Chaturbate on Twitch. I will include this in my video because it's funny as fuck. This woman is saying that she can wear less clothes on Twitch than on Chaturbate. Just let that sink in for a bit. Chaturbate has her wearing more clothes than on Twitch. Because you know what she did on Twitch? She was painting her tits. Right? So because she was painting her tits, she was completely naked. Oh, Dios mío. But don't say this on Twitch, because you get banned. You get banned if you say this on Twitch. Look, I'm not, just so you understand, I'm not against pornography. I don't think you can find a YouTuber that is more for pornography than I am. Like, I am all about the porn, the tits. Look at my Twitter. Just look at my Twitter, how many pictures of Bowsette I have shared. I am like a madman. My mouse is just click, 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 showing you pictures of Bowsette day and night. Day and night, Bowsette after Bowsette, with tits, without tits. I am not the person that's going to go, oh my God, this is horrible. No, okay? 5 years ago, probably 10 years ago, I don't remember exactly, but I would have showed even furry porn. I have no shame. There is literally no shame within me. But with that said, if there is a rule saying you can't show porn, apply it fucking equally. Just come out and say it, for fuck's sakes. No one is against it. Like Patreon, Twitter, they're fine with porn. They're completely fine with porn. So, okay, just let porn go there. No, if you're a guy, Twitch says, no, you need to be dressed all the way up to the neck, you know. And then it's like the whole thing where they're trying to pass it off as if it's artistic. Okay, it's artistic. The fact that they're painting their tits is not them selling their bodies or anything. Well, images of their bodies, because they're not saying that. They're selling an image of their body. No. It's artistic. Oh, paint something else. Let me see you do it. Paint fucking something else and make money out of it. You can't, can you? Of course you can't. Because it's not about your art. No one cares how you're painting your tits. But the problem is that there are the tits. God fucking damn it. Whew. Got a little bit riled up. My chat is blocking stuff. Is it? I mean, it's placed on live chat right now. You should talk to Redhead Redemption about this. I don't know who this person is, because I would definitely talk to them about it. I don't like it. No, I'm not drunk, honestly. But I genuinely wanted to start on Twitch. You know, expand. Don't put my eggs in the same basket. Go through other communities. You know, I'm playing video games. Might as well entertain a few children. You know, I like kids. Kids are nice. I went to pediatrics. You know, entertaining kids is a worthwhile endeavor. I was a kid once. I wanted to watch Barney the Dinosaur or some shit. Yeah. Expand my audience a little. No, apparently not. Apparently, if you go on Twitch, you have to put up with this shit. I can't put up with this shit. I can't put up with the hypocrisy. V, why are you in Discord? Are you accepting call-ins? You know what? Fuck it. I'll accept a call-in. Let me do a little bit of the checkaroos. Do the checkaroos a little bit. Let's see who's on the Discord. Okay, we got Prostagma, Orion, and Token Italian Guy. If any of them talks in the chat, I will unmute you. If you're in Sargon's Discord, there is the room Finks, and that's where I am. You can join the Pnix room. Sorry, the Pnix room. Okay, join the Pnix room, and we got Bobby. We got Bobby. Bobby wants to talk. All right, you know what? Let's talk with Bobby for a little bit. Hey, Bobby, can you hear me?
Hey.
All right, let's see how you're coming through. Let me see what the chat has to say.
Hey, what's up? What's up, V?
A little bit upset, Bobby. A little bit upset.
Well, you know, it's a tough life. No, not really. Look, I'm your big fan. You know, I've been watching you probably since.
Hold on, Bobby. Just a second. People can barely hear you. All right. Let me see if I can fix this a little bit. I'll put it on my headphones and I'll try increasing your volume a little bit.
I mean, I'll put some output up.
Yeah. Just let me fix this because I think I can. Okay. Let's try now.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I don't know. We'll see. There's a lag between the chat and.
Okay. Well, yeah, big, massive fan. You know, all that stuff.
People in the chat are still complaining about the audio.
Yeah, I know. I think you have to like click. I can do my output.
Oof. I don't know what's going on. Well,
like input.
I guess I'll take chats. I'll take chats. Call-ins another time because well.
Wait, I put up my input. What, like this, you know? I think there's if you go to OBS, there should be a slider for separate channels. How's it? Like if you have Discord, for example.
It's all on Max. And anyway, thank you for coming by. I'll fix this and I'll
Yeah. I already was on your stream once.
Right. Okay. Give me 1 second, chat. Sorry about that. There was some faggot calling, like literally. Anyway. I am all over the place today, yeah. But now I'm here. I like kids. V. Not out of context. Well, I don't know. I mean, is it weird? Like, I keep noticing every time a man says he likes kids, it's weird. I had a lot of fun at pediatrics, but the only problem was that you get immediately sick. Like, the first week when you're at pediatrics, you get diarrhea and you also get the flu. This is common thing for everyone. I also remember like a lot of my colleagues at medicine when we got to pediatrics the first time. Everyone bought balloons and they bought candy and they were bringing, you know, like all sorts of toys. And then when you get in there, every single kid has a tablet. Like every single one of those little fuckers, they got tablets and it's like, what? And it's like, okay, well, yeah. We'll just leave it at that. Talk about mundane Matt quitting social commentary. I don't know. I haven't followed. Did not follow any of that. I should go to the Temple of Itana. No, I'm not trying to get any more call-ins now because I need to make it work, and apparently it's not working. Therefore, 20 kids are disease factories. Oh, I will tell you why. At least in Romanian hospital, kids are disease factories. If you have the audacity to open a window, right? Imagine this. It's like it's summer. It's 30 fucking degrees, right? And you think maybe it's a good idea to open the window. The moment you open the window, you're going to feel that the ground is vibrating. You know, if there's a glass of water next to the window, you will see the water move like in that Jurassic Park movie. And then you see the mothers coming out from every salon and rushing towards you as if it's 28 days later. It's like, close the window, it's a draft. Fuck me. Okay, so in Romania there is this myth that if you stay within a draft, you're going to get sick. Like, it is so fucking retarded, beyond believable. So, of course, if you stay in a draft, in a room, maybe you'll get an eye infection because, you know, the air, like, if you're legitimately, like, within the draft and the draft is blowing in your eye, it's going to dry your eye, so you can get an eye infection. Maybe you're going to get an ear infection under some circumstances, but you're not going to get the flu. Like, that is so retarded. It's like, listen, bitch, when you go outside and there is wind, you're not going to get sick. Your body is designed, as well as your kid's body is designed to handle the wind. We live on planet Earth. There are winds. If every time there is a wind, someone would get the flu, everyone would be fucking dead. But no, okay, no, you can't reason with them. And they always want every single window, every single door to be closed. And they dress up their little kids, especially their babies. They dress them up with 3 layers of clothing. And they also put like this little hat, little baby hat. I don't know what the fuck is called in English, but they put it even on their head. And I'm like, so what are you doing, woman? Are you cooking it? Are you literally cooking it? Because I entered one of these hospital wards, and I took out my phone and I look at it, and it was 35 fucking degrees Celsius in the shade. There was no shade there. I was just bewildered. It's like, okay, the kid was red, all right? Like, do you understand this? It was red. Why? What? I don't know. Right. So the problem with this isn't that it's hot. I mean, of course, it's bad for the kid. It's bad for everyone. It's bad for the doctors. But if you're not going to open the window to create a draft, every single bacteria that is in that room, every little cough, every little sneeze is going to stay there. It's not going to get out. So this is why people get infected all the fucking time at pediatrics. No exception. I remember this in Italy. I turned on the AC in the car and the Italians freaked out. Yeah, it is a Eastern European thing. I don't know who spread this rumor, but they goddamn did it to make me feel bad. It is absolutely horrible. Should I play Walking Dead season 2, episode 2? I haven't bought it, and I don't want to play it because there's not going to be an episode 3, so it's going to end with a cliffhanger, and I just don't want to know the cliffhanger. Apparently it's just something that's more than an European thing, but it's so stupid. God fucking that. Who on earth came up with it? Like, I'm curious. The person who brainstormed that shit? Okay, so let's go through some articles, because we got through Twitch, we got through everything. Let's go through some of the articles. We got Thunderfoot. Now Thunderfoot is bewildering. I think he's culture warrioring hard. I think everything the mainstream media is saying, he's going to copy paste it and regurgitate it. Like, he's not even passing it through the intellectual filter anymore. If he sees it, he puts it out. So basically he's saying, show me your impartial justice face. And this is something that the mainstream media is pushing quite hard right now. It's like, because Kavanaugh was angry, and he wasn't stoic, he wasn't emotionally stoic, it means that he can't be an impartial judge. I'm willing to bet that if he was absolutely stoic, they would say, well, clearly he did it. Like, no man who's wrongfully accused is this emotionally stoic. But no. Right? So Thunderfoot is like, show me your impartial judge face. And it's like, look, Thunderfoot, you have the friend, DPR Jones. You have a friend. The guy was a lawyer. Like, I find it difficult to believe that Thunderfoot doesn't know this. Maybe he doesn't. But I'll explain it if he doesn't. Judges are not supposed to be impartial when they are judging themselves. Or their family. Or their friends. It goes so much to the point that if a judge witnesses a crime, like in the case of Tommy Robinson, if the judge would actually see Tommy Robinson committing the crime, they have to recuse themselves. The whole point of a judge is that he is objective and impartial. Like he has no attachment to the people he is judging. And furthermore, he has not seen the actual crime happening. So yeah, I mean, what's the problem? I don't get it. Like, you're accusing... the thing is that the left doesn't want to even entertain the hypothesis that the guy is innocent. They don't care. Like, and imagine if the guy is innocent, and I do believe he is, and at the end of the day, it's even irrelevant because he's innocent until proven guilty. Like, you have to prove he's guilty before we can even entertain the idea that he is. If you're innocent and you're constantly accused and your family is dragged through the mainstream media for weeks, and this is happening non-stop, yeah, of course you're going to make the war face. Like, you're used to the system functioning in a way, and now that it's your turn to be judged by the system, it's functioning in a different way. So of course you're going to be angry. Jesus. Don't know what the fuck is up with Thunderfoot lately, but I don't have to read the mainstream media anymore. I just have to read Thunderfoot's Twitter, and I'll know what they're talking about it. Therefore, 20 has to go. Hope you have a good time, mate. Hope I entertain you a little bit. Let me see what else is there. Yeah, this is another thing that the mainstream media has been doing constantly, right? I love the fact that when you ask, when you accuse feminism of being for female supremacy, right? Like they only care about women. And some feminists, not all, hashtag, are going to come up and say, no, feminism is for men as well. Like we want to help men. We want men to express their emotions. We want to express their feelings. We want men to cry. Because you see, society prevents men from crying, and this is why they end up in toxic masculinity. I love the fact that their argument that feminism is only for women is like, no, feminism also wants men to cry. Like it literally is a movement that wants men to cry. That isn't that like good PR? Is that some shit? It's like, hey man, join feminism. We'll make you cry. That is absolutely brilliant. But anyway, right? So it's the fact that men need to cry. I don't know if it occurred to them, but men don't really feel like crying. Like it's not that society doesn't want me to cry, but I just don't feel the need. If I ever feel the need to cry, like the time my grandmother died or the time my cat passed away, I will cry. There is. Oh, and also at football. At football, men also cry. You know, the players. So yeah, no, like men do cry. It's just usually they don't feel the need. But anyway, so this lady, Ellen Barkin, with a blue check mark. I have seen men cry like Kavanaugh, the one who cried at my feet after smashing my face through a glass coffee table. The one sobbing and screaming until I understood it was my fault for making him angry enough to attack me. Deny attack, become the victim. Cry if you are able. So she saw a couple of men cry in certain circumstances, and therefore every man that cries. But feminism is about making men cry. So let me get this straight. Feminism wants men to cry so that then people like Ellen Barkin can accuse them of being wife beaters? Huh? I think it's a trap. I think it's bait. Don't know what to say, but it sounds a little bit fishy to me. Whoop, got a super chat. You did a good thing going on the heel stream. Alright, I'll address the heel stream a little bit. And I'll tell you why I went. So the reason I went on the heel stream is because they were talking about denying the Holocaust. And it's going to look bad if anyone makes a paper about it. You know, if Right Wing Watch or shit like that, they're going to kick up a fuss. And it's going to end up on YouTube as well. Because the article can be like, Holocaust deniers raise money for hospital, and now hospital can't recuse it, right? Because it comes from YouTube. They don't have the possibility of denying the donation. And maybe other donors in the future will not donate, right? They could put an article like that. But I wanted to go there and challenge the Holocaust denial as best as I could. And I basically think I did a pretty good job. I don't know. Depends on the viewers to decide if I did a good job or not. But you can't say now, like you can't make an article. I mean, you can, but you would be lying. And you would be proven with facts that it's a lie. That the Holocaust deniers went unchallenged. Okay? Like it's on the record. And then Ralph started, I spoke with him in private. He is sorry. He was under the influence. And he started demanding that I would get Sargon on. And it's like, well, I did talk to Sargon. Sargon was actually not in Scarborough. He was out of town. He was in London in a hotel room. Didn't have a mic. And as evidence, you will see that there is no D&D this week. Especially because of that. Right. So that's what happened. I donated $100 for the charity. I was at the wedding yesterday. I didn't stay. I hate weddings. I genuinely do. I think I made the stream what I explained to people that I despise weddings. So I just went there, said hello, and gave the groom some money. And then was penniless. I didn't have any money. So I said I'll donate it today, and I donated today. And that was it. But I want to make something clear. I want to get this out there. I am getting a lot of shit from my community for going on the Ralph retort. All right? Like, there are people in my community, subscribers, other YouTubers, friends, right, that don't like me going there. They're telling me, stop going there. It's not good for you. When I go on the Ralph retort, I don't get any subscribers from it. You can look at my... I'm not doing this for personal gain. I'm doing it because it's fucking fun. I'm enjoying the fact that I get to be challenged on my ideas. I get to enjoy the fact that people are challenging me. I would like to talk about other things, but every single time I'm there, and you can look at the streams, you can look, every single time I'm there, people ask me about Sargon. They constantly do it. It's like, well, I suppose I can refuse to answer like I did last time, and then I'm told, get him on. And it's like, dude, I already messaged him. Like, no, get him on. Like, I spoke with Ralph today. He said that he likes having me on, and he was under the influence, and but I really hate the fact it's like Sargon sends me to go there. No, I'm not being sent to go there. I am being advised against going there. Fuck. Let's move on to something more entertaining. Let me see what else I got. Oh yeah, this happened. Okay, this actually happened. Tariq Nasheed lost his blue check mark on the Twitter. Finally. He's upset. He has the SADS. Apparently white supremacy took it away, of course. Is Twitter horseshoeing this? Is it saying that black supremacy is the same as white supremacy? By the way, this is not a horseshoe. Like, a lot of people were saying that it's a horseshoe for comparing fascism with, or National Socialism with theocratic Islam. No, it's not horseshoe. It's actually part of the same family of ideology, which is called clerical fascism. Oh my God, like, I really hate the people who make political theory, like the authors in the universities who write about political theory, because they're using a lot of terms that you find in colloquial language, but it means something else entirely. The Nazis wanted to become clerical fascists. They weren't fully. They were like, if you go on Wikipedia and you look about positive Christianity, they wanted to create this new religion where the Old Testament is removed completely and Jesus is going to become an Aryan. He wouldn't be he wouldn't be a Jew. I think actually Jesus is half Jewish, right? He's half Jewish. He's not fully Jewish. But anyway, and they wanted to put it in every single church, and next to it they wanted to have a copy of Mein Kampf. So they wanted to have this more proactive Jesus, when he goes into the temple and he whips people, that they wanted to focus on things like that, and at the same time to have Mein Kampf supplemented. But they didn't do it because World War II started. Like, there were plans. Again, you can look for positive Christianity, just Google it, or look on in Wikipedia. Actually, hold on, I'll show it to you so you know what I'm talking about. And by the way, Wikipedia is not great to get information. What Wikipedia is great at is to find topics that are interesting, and then you go at the sources from Wikipedia and you read them. That is the best way to do it. So as you can see, right, it's this would be the flag of positive Christianity. And Hitler actually had a fallout with the Pope. But again, once the war started, they realized that they can't have a two-sided war. They couldn't have the war on the front and at the same time try to change the religion of the people inside, because changing religion at the national level is going to create uproar no matter how much you try it. So, they paused this, and if Germany would have won, they would have actually had this thing, which I suppose it would have been somewhat similar to white Sharia. And this was why I wanted to talk with, what was his name, Matt. I thought it's interesting. I'm reading this recently, and I don't know if it came out the way I wanted to, but yeah, there was that. So what I want to say is like it's not horseshoe. Like horseshoe means the idea that the extremes, the far left and the far right, are going to have things in common. Basically, what it means is that they're authoritarians. It's the idea that the government eventually is going to seek into the person's private life. That is what it refers to. But this is not horseshoe because they're both conservative, far-right authoritarian ideologies, and they would fall under clerical fascism. The Nazis probably not, because they would eventually have transformed into clerical fascism, but fascist ideologies like the fascism in Spain, probably. Anyway. So yeah, beautiful uniform, says someone. Maybe. Let's go back to Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed. So now that the Twitter is reprimanding black Twitter users, you're the only one getting reprimanded, Tariq. There's plenty of black Twitter users that are, I don't know, in the Washington Post, the New York Times. They still have their check marks. So Tariq Nasheed is speaking truth to power against systematic white supremacy. Well, if you look at that interview with Tariq Nasheed, he thinks everything is white supremacy. He thinks the Chinese are white supremacy. He thinks Japan is white supremacy. Like everything that's not black. That's how he views the world. It's very simple. Black good, non-black bad. And if it's bad, it's white supremacy. I simplified Tariq's views. Now, it's interesting because I don't know if he is trolling or not. I genuinely think that he might be trolling because he had the book, which was very successful. It sold very well. So there is financial incentive for him to keep up the act. It's very economically feasible for him to keep thinking that everything is white supremacy. And the reason I don't think he believes it is because he's a very smart guy. Like, you listen to him talk, he's very intelligent, he's very articulate, he knows what he's talking about, but I think he's disingenuous. I think he's lying and misleading people on purpose because it's financially good. I think he even believes in the We Was Kangs thing. It's like, it's very hard to believe that someone who sells a book and is this popular can be a complete nutcase. I mean, it's very tempting to believe it. It's very seductive to believe something like that and just throw it away under the bus, but I don't think that's the case. I'm going to suggest that we all stay in our place so we don't offend. So I'm going to post safe tweets all day today, and I will not offend any I think white supremacists, but I don't know what the S is for. So in a nutshell, today I'm joining the train. I don't know what the CN train. Okay. I'm going to post the kind of tweets that will keep black people safe on Twitter. I'm going to post twerk videos, goofy memes, and I'm going to use thought filters and post flat tummy tea ads. Alright, I want to see this. Chat, do you want to see this? Because I'm hyped. I am hyped to see Tariq posting that twerking thing. Let's see. Tariq Nasheed. What? Did he got his blue check mark back? It's back. He got it back. Why is he getting it back? He lost it and now it's back. What the fuck? The power of blackness. The power of blackness has got the black. What? I can't do this magic. I can't. How did he do it? How did he do it? He resummoned it. He resummoned. My God. The madman. Okay, where's the twerking things? Come on. Okay, we got some Cosbys. We got some Kavanaugh. Of course, Kavanaugh is probably white supremacist, like hashtag delay the vote, of course. Diamond and Silk. Do you think Diamond and Silk are white supremacists? Huh? I think they're white supremacist enablers, definitely. Let's see. Trolling is a white supremacist way of saying they lost. That is deep. That is, holy shit, that is so deep. Um, hmm. What? This is being sold at certain Walmart stores. Do you all think this is an innocent coincidence? What is he implying? What is he implying? Okay, Tariq. This is not a black person's hand, alright? Now, I don't know if you know this, but as a doctor, I will explain something to you. Black people have melanin on the back of their hands, and on the front of their hands, it's actually whitish. Okay, so it's different shades of color. By the way, a lot of artists make this retarded mistake. When you draw the hand of a black person, you need to have a whiter palm, and the blackness is basically on the back of the hand. Where's the twerking videos? He lied. I can't believe Tariq lied. God damn it, Tariq. How could you do this? How could you lie to me? I wanted to see the twerking. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. We got it. Oh, look. There we go. Shake that booty. Shake, senora. That's it? What? Only one? You said? Oh, come on, Tariq. Come on. You said more than one, and we only got... Ah, Tariq, you disappoint. He disappoints. Oh my god. I don't know why the messages in my chat are constantly being held for review. I need to start looking at it because I got a brony moderator that's working overtime. I'm not even kidding. Like there's smoke coming out of that brony. There is a brony moderator who constantly like verifies messages, like click. It's probably really difficult for it. Okay, I got 2 DMs on the Twitter. Let's see who are they from. Got a message from Green Text who says yo. Okay, no. If you want to talk to me, you tell me what you want. You don't yo at me. No, I'm not your yo-yo. Just tell me what you want so I can know if I should interrupt a stream so I can talk to you. Right. Let's see what else we got. This one is interesting. All right, let's go through it a little bit. That one is fascinating. Theresa May. Jesus fucking Christ. Theresa May proposes a £120 million festival to celebrate Brexit. Anyone in the chat, can you tell me what's wrong with this? I'm not the Britansky. I'm not Britansky, but can you tell me what is wrong with this? V has slave brody furry workers confirmed. I never denied it. I don't use adblock because, you know, if I'm reading their shit, I think they should get the money. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a YouTuber. Maybe it's because I'm a YouTuber and I would prefer if people don't use adblock on me. It makes salty owners cry of sadness. That is true. That goofy smile, is she trolling the United Kingdom? Well, to be fair, alright, it's usually the reporters that are choosing the picture for the article. Here's the question. There are negotiations going on with Brexit. And if there's negotiations, it is assumed that there might be a good way of finishing the negotiations or a not so favorable way. So why is she talking about celebrating before she finishes negotiating the shit? Oh, Dios mío. Let me say something. I think the European Union wants a hard Brexit. Type 1 in the chat if you think the European Union wants. They definitely want a hard Brexit. I'm genuinely curious. How many people of you agree that the European Union wants a hard Brexit? Yeah. Look how many people are wrong. Holy shit. Let me explain. I'll probably make a video about this. But the reason the European Union wants a hard Brexit is, first of all, you need to understand trade is a two-way street. You're not trading as charity. Like you're not trading in order to help another country out. You're trading for mutual interests. You want something, that country wants something, and you're basically both helping each other out. Trading is not charity. The European Union wants to portray the idea that trading with a country is almost like charity. It's they're doing it out of charity. No. Britain needs the European Union to trade. The European Union needs Britain to trade. Now you can make the argument that one of them needs the other more, which is fine. But the idea is that they both require each other. Now, the European Union wants to seem like they still want Britain to trade. But it's only because Theresa May is an asshole that they're not going to do it, right? So they want to portray like the Tories have botched up the trading agreement with the European Union, which is clearly not the case. Like you can't find a more people pleaser than Theresa May here. Like she definitely wants a deal, but at the same time she doesn't want a bad deal. So eventually it's going to arrive to a no-deal Brexit. It's going to be a hard Brexit, as they call it. So what will happen is that everyone, even people who are advocating for hard Brexit, knows that is going to have economic consequences on the short term. So it's going to go, Britain is going to go through an economic downspire after Brexit. They're going to lose money for a little bit until they stabilize, right? Everyone knows this. Like no one is denying this. So what's going to happen is after the hard Brexit, Britain is going to go through the economic crisis. The Tories are going to take the brunt of it because they're going to be blamed for it. And after the economic crisis starts to stabilize a little bit, after Britain is going to start doing dealings with America, with the colonies, and they're going to start stabilizing, then the EU comes back to the table. They're just going to come back to the table and start making the deals they want, one by one. And eventually you will see that Britain is still going to start dealing with the European Union. And it's going to be like there was a soft Brexit. Because there is nothing stopping the Labour Party or whoever is going to be in charge when the Tories are gone to negotiate a soft Brexit, which is not going to be called a soft Brexit. They will already be out of the EU and they're just going to negotiate further deals and further trade agreements with the European Union. And they will say, oh, you want to trade with us? Yeah, sure, we're going to trade, but you also need to listen to the European courts. You're also going to need to do this and that. And they basically are going to win more by doing this. Because they're going to, first of all, eliminate the Tories, who are, even though they don't want Brexit, they're still the only ones pushing for it. They're going to get their socialist government in the UK, because people are going to vote Labour. And then they're going to make the negotiations. If Orban dressed up as a hussar and personally executed George Soros on public stage, would you be cool with giving up Transylvania? No. Hashtag never. Not even with Doom music. So anyway, 120 million pounds. The thing is, I really hate it when journalists do this, when they just throw a number, it's like 120 million pounds. Well, I don't know how much this is for the UK government. Like, I don't know how much does this mean from the total budget. Is it a lot? Is it little for a country? Like we're talking about a nation. 120 million might not be that much for Britain. I don't know. Press 1 if you think V is wrong. Well, it's a hypothesis, But I don't see why not. I don't see what would prevent the European Union from negotiating after Brexit. What would stop them if there was a Labour government who is pro-EU to start doing trade deals with the United Kingdom? Like, if you tell me what would stop them, I would be like, okay, you're right. But there is not, like here's the interesting thing. If you get a Brexit deal now, and it's put into the British common law. So it's put into the British legislation, and it's an international agreement, it might actually take years before anything can be modified. But otherwise, it's going to be up to the European Union to decide what laws they want and when they want to pass them. Let's see. The bizarre proposal, which is already earmarked to cost £120 million, is said to have been inspired by the Great Exhibition during Queen Victoria's reign. And also the post-war festival of Britain in 1951. What the fuck is she wanting to do? What type of party is this? The Prime Minister has said that the event would take place as the country goes through a period of national renewal. As the UK looks to a future outside the European Union. I get it, but can't people celebrate in their own homes? Does it have to be the government doing it? May has claimed that the festival would showcase the best of the UK's talent in business, technology, arts and sports. Hopes events will take place in every region, even those that voted against Brexit. Well, good luck with that. You know what kind of party says PQRS. The Tories are hoping the 2022 event will also take place ahead of the next scheduled general election, although it is thought an election could take place much sooner. Can you imagine this? Some Remainer party wins the election, like Labour wins, and then, this event is already paid for and they have to organize. It's like the Brexit party. I mean, okay, that would be fine. Commenting on the plans, Theresa May said, almost 70 years ago, the Festival of Britain stood as a symbol of change. Britain once again stands on the cusp of a new future as an outward-facing global trading nation. And just as millions of Britons celebrated their nation's great achievement, we want to showcase what makes our country great today. Well, I'm not British, but if I was, I would definitely hate my money going to that shit. It's like that is 150 million pounds that could go elsewhere, anywhere. The NHS. Is the NHS filled with money? Huh? I mean, it's possible. Maybe the NHS is overflowing with money and they got, a lot to spend. Speaking of Bowsette, here's something interesting. This is a really cool interpretation of her as an anime character. I think this is actually one of the most interesting pictures I have ever seen regarding Bowsette. This is the Bowsette of the day. Just to talk about how much I don't like porn and what I think about pornography. By the way, this is not pornographic at all. Kind of small boobs as well. No, that's a problem. Or maybe no. Hold on. She might have them, but it's the clothing that. Okay. There. I just random Bowsette of the day. Let's put it like that. This is the best moment of yesterday's stream. I love it. But I hate the developers who flew a copyright claim on the video, which was one of my most successful game playthroughs. Over 3,000 people or 2,000 people watching. It was annoying. Someone pointed out something interesting about this game, right? They are American citizens. Or, like the game doesn't give you an indication that they wouldn't be. And they want to hop the border to Mexico. They will be illegals in Mexico. I don't think the game will cover that. Like, I don't think the Mexican border police is going to catch them and send them back to America. Because it's a progressive game. But it is a thing. Like, they are legitimately hopping the border and becoming illegals, not in America, but in Mexico. Let that sink in for a little bit. So people should message the developers with this. Like, if they legitimately want them to go to... if they legitimately want them to go to Mexico, they should make it obvious that they're illegals in Mexico. Apparently they'll be imprisoned for a minimum of 2 years. Is that a thing? Holy shit. Now, this article from The Mirror, I think it's a little bit of a hard sell, don't you think? Merkel, worst chancellor in history, as German anti-immigration party source. Come on, it's Germany. I can think of at least one chancellor that was worse. Come on. Come on. This is a hard sell. Even for me. Even for me, this is a little bit difficult to swallow. I can think of one chance, one. At least one. That was worse than Merkel. Like Hitler was not the worst chancellor in history. Dude, he started World War II. Come the fuck on. He invaded Poland, and he started a world war that killed over 50 million people. Like, it ended with Germany being in ruins and half of it conquered by the Russians. Are you honestly telling me that this is not worse than what Merkel did? Ugh. I love the sell. I think it's a little bit hard sell. I do think, like, well, if it was any other country, maybe, but with Germany, no. Isn't Kaiser William Worsby? Well, Kaiser, there you go. It's not a chancellor. We're talking about chancellors. People are agreeing with the Daily Mirror. Merkel, what have you done? Just how bad of a chancellor do you need to be that there are people who are looking at this shit and they're like, well, you know what? Maybe Hitler, hard sell. I personally don't think she's the bad. I don't think she's the worst, just to be on record. I don't think Merkel is the worst. But the fact that there are people who are saying, well, just, God damn it. Someone did point out something interesting, alright? Someone did say, wait until she is not chancellor and then start comparing. You know what? That is fair enough. That is fair enough. You're right. You're absolutely right. She hasn't finished. The woman isn't finished. So far, I personally don't think she's worse than Hitler, but who knows? Who knows? I mean, she still got a lot going for her, right? Mass rapes in Germany happened after Hitler lost the war. Well, they still happen, and they happened because Hitler started the war. It's actually interesting. There is a lot of historical documents saying that he thought if he invades Poland, the Allies wouldn't interfere. Like he said, okay, if we're invading Poland with the Soviets, it's going to show that Germany and Russia are working together and people won't dare to interfere. But they did. They started World War II. Right. Let's see if I can find this Daily Mirror article. Merkel, worst chancellor in history. Let's see if it's real. Maybe it's not even real. Oh, no. Never mind. It is real. It is legit. Holy shit. Oh, it's on the Huffington Post as well. Ooh. Merkel, what are you doing, Merkel? How the fuck? I mean, honestly, Merkel, if it was any other country besides Germany and Austria, I would have been like, okay. But it's fucking Germany, Merkel. You're in No, Merkel, no. A leader of the German anti-immigration party has described Chancellor Angela Merkel as the worst. Andrei Poggenburg made the fiery remarks after his nationalist party Alternative for Deutschland won 3 state legislators on Sunday. To be fair, okay, a lot of time, and this is something that politicians will never admit. Mostly in politics, people don't win because of their because people vote for them. I know it sounds ridiculous, but hear me out. People win because they don't want to vote for the opposition. This is most of the time. Like, people don't vote AFD because they want the AFD to win. People vote AFD because they hate the opposition so much that they're like, yeah, I'm going to vote AFD. This is usually how it happens, okay? This is a rule in politics. Now, of course, there are exceptions, like people genuinely like a platform. But usually, politics is something emotional. People vote in the beginning according to how their parents vote. And over time, if they get disappointed by a party, if a party does bad things, then they will vote for the opposition in order to punish that party. So basically, yeah, AFD joining power is because of Merkel, because of her incompetence. This is how I view it, at least. Campaigning against Merkel's liberal migration policy, the politician described it as an amazing evening, called the result brilliant. The 40-year-old comments have left many questioning the speedy rise of the far right-wing party. Okay, they're not far right. Who wrote this garbage? Look, Germany bans far-right parties. It is illegal to be far-right in Germany. They arrest you. They fucking arrest you. If you go on the street and you do the Nazi salute, they arrest you. You can do it in America, but not in Germany. If you have a swastika, they arrest you. You don't have far-right parties in Germany. You got left, slightly more to the left, and very left. And then you get something like remotely in the center. Have someone pointed out that the comment suggested Merkel is worse than even Chancellor Adolf Hitler? What can I say? It's a hard sell. It's a hard sell, but well, I mean, some people buy it. I wouldn't want to be the salesman for this. Like, how do you convince people? He rose to power after the collapse of the American stock exchange, caused an economic depression. During his reign, he constructed the genocide, which had 6 million Jews killed. The systematic murder of ethnic and political groups occurred during the Nazi regime. Wait, Huffington Post, okay? If you're going to say the bad shit that Hitler did, can you mention World War II? I mean, is that not something bad? Is that not, I would think it's worth mentioning a little bit. Like, just, no? I mean, I get it, like, all of these things you've mentioned up till now are bad. But how many people died in World War II? Like, is the fact that he invaded Poland with the Russians, is that not? No? Well. Merkel, worst chancellor in history, as General Immigration Mirror tweet wrote. Populist anti-immigration parties have thrived for years in other European countries. Germany has been an exception, in part because opposition to far-right ideologies run deep of the country's Nazi past. Well, okay. I understand there was a problem in Chemnitz, I don't know. But people from Chemnitz, they legitimately got upset and they started protesting. There was a rape happening there and gruesome, a stabbing, gruesome stabbing, right? Now that is the straw that breaks the camel back. You don't just have people going on the street for something like that. There's usually like a chain of events. And that is like the one that broke the camel's back, the proverbial camel's back, as they say. Where's my chat? When is my chat? I miss my chat. Okay. Chemnitz. So the people go out and protest, and then they're called Nazis. People don't like being called Nazis. Especially when they are airing legitimate grievances. When people are airing legitimate grievances, they want to talk. They want to have a conversation. And then apparently Merkel said that there are lynching squads in Chemnitz. Like there's literally squads lynching people. And the chief of police said no, there are no lynching squads in Chemnitz. And Merkel got furious. Apparently that was leaked in the press. Apparently that hurted her percentages. So, yeah. Just, Maybe that is why you see the far right rising. What is this? Kanye got booed. Kanye West wearing MAGA hat booed after giving pro-US... Okay, I'll read this. What is this? Google censors voting for Republicans? Is this a thing? V, go on BitChute. I'll give you money there. I'm already on BitChute. And I can't stream on BitChute. My main channel is on BitChute. Speaking of German, did you see Kraut's new video? No, I will watch Kraut's new video. The AFD, who have previously said German police should be able to shoot migrants at the border. Well, okay. So they're far right because they want to shoot migrants at the border. I'm not a fan of shooting migrants at the border, but let's think about this for a second. The USSR used to shoot people at the border. The USSR was as far left as you can go. You can't go more left than the USSR. So shooting people at the border is not necessarily a far right tactic. Just saying. Let that sink in. It is inhumane. It is something abhorrent. It's not what we do in civilized countries. It's many things. But it's not far right. It's not far right because the far left did it as well. I think in North Korea, if you try going from South Korea to North Korea, see what happens. Just try hopping the border. Just try. Not advisable, by the way. The only reason I'm saying it is because I don't think anyone will actually travel to South Korea. But yeah. The AFD, who have previously said German police should be able to shoot migrants at the border, not only missed the 5% hurdle needed to enter the parliament in 2013, but now is represented in the state assemblies, half of Germany's 16 states. All of Germany parties have ruled out the coalition with the group. Yeah, because they're nationalists and and the other parties are globalists, that's why. One 41-year-old local man summed up the rise of the party in an interview with Reuters. Are the AFD the gun, or do I have to say Heil Hitler? Oh my god, yeah. But what I love is like, okay, so the vibe from this article is that it's abhorrent that they are comparing Merkel to Hitler, right? But then they also quote this guy, Nico Braun, who is comparing the AFD to Hitler. It seems like the parties in Germany, they're each comparing each other to Hitler. Is that, And why should I care? Like, why should I, the reader, give a shit if they're both like that? It's like, you're Hitler. No, you're Hitler. No, you're Hitler. Grow the fuck up. Jesus fuck Christ. Find other comparisons. Compare someone with Stalin. I think that's more accurate. Merkel. Antifaschistische Action. Landmines on the borders now. Well, yeah, let's talk. Shooting people at the border. Okay, let's talk about it. Okay, let's talk about this issue, horrible issue. Spain, border wounded. All right. So let's talk about shooting people at the border, and if it's something that other countries are doing, if it's morally abhorrent. I mean, yeah, okay. I think it's case by case basis, don't you think? I mean, if the life of the person defending the border is in danger, is he not allowed to defend himself? Not to attack people, but if his life is in danger, if he is in danger, like, and is going to get to the hospital, is he not allowed to pull the weapon and fire? The police can do that. The police in your country, against its own citizens, if you put a policeman in danger, if you endanger the life of a police officer, he can put you down. They do it quite often in America. So what about the border? Is the border patrol allowed to open fire if his life is in danger? Well, controversial. Well, dozens injured as hundreds of migrants stormed Spain's Ceuta border with Morocco. So you can see the doctors, engineers, lawyers, and renowned scientists coming from Africa in order to go to Spain. This is actually what I keep hearing. It's Spain needs doctors and engineers. And okay, they came. More than 700 subs. Well, why would I stereotype, by the way? Why would I assume that they're not doctors and engineers? Huh? I assume the best. These are the best and brightest. More than 700 sub-Saharan migrants on Thursday stormed the border fence surrounding the Spanish enclave of Ceuta in Morocco, with dozens injured in an incursion of unprecedented violence. 16 migrants and 10 officers from Spain Guardia Civil received hospital treatment following Thursday morning incident, during which the group bombarded agents with quicktime, sticks, stones, and bags of excrement, as well as aerosols used as flamethrowers. the force said in a statement. And the reason that I assume the violence started from the migrants is number one, it says in the article, but number two, the defense force, the border security was heavily outnumbered. Usually when people are heavily outnumbered, they don't start shit. It's, the spirit of conservation kicks in. When that self-preservation kicks in, you see that you are outnumbered 100 to 1, you're like, okay, no. The incursion, which came days after Spain officially overtook Italy in migrant arrivals by sea, occurred at around 6:30 a.m. when the men used angle grinders and shears to cut through the outer and inner layer of the border fence. Fascinating. The group also bore defensive equipment such as homemade shields and body armor. So they came prepared. It's like it's not like violence took them by surprise. You don't come with shields, homemade shields and body armor if you're peaceful. The Guardia Civil said, and once through the fence, continued to attack agents and security vehicles. The force later recovered Molotov cocktails and bags of hashish. That is like, I think it's a sort of marijuana. In Romania, we don't have it. Hashish. The group scrambled over the razor wire fences all of a sudden with much violence, as Guardia Civil spokesperson in Ceuta said. Okay. Legal use of firearm, yes or no? If you see guys coming with Molotov cocktails, shields, and body armor towards you, and you are doing your job in defending the border, is it in this case allowed or not? According to Hungary, yes. Hungary mobilized the military at the border. Fuck that shit. Again, like if you do this to a policeman, if you are trying to do this to a police officer, you will get shot. As a civilian, okay, in your country, if you take 700 people and storm the police department, you will get shot. But apparently here it's controversial. They're not civilians, and as such, it's interesting. I find it fascinating. Why is it like when did it become that the government that is paid by the civilians, right? Like the civilians pay taxes, and they have a government. When is it that the government are following the interests of anyone else but the civilians? Like it's more important to be more tolerant to people who aren't civilians. I don't understand. There is a difference, of course. I'm not saying, just by the way, I want it to be absolutely clear. I'm not saying that you have the border patrol and they're seeing people approach the border and they go baka 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 baka. No. What I am saying, if you see people charging at the border with Molotov cocktails and with body armor and with shields and they're ready for war, yeah, you fire a warning shot. And if they keep doing it, isn't Israel doing the same? Didn't Israel just shot a couple of people in Palestine? Why isn't that controversial? Huh? Wouldn't like the Gaza Strip and the border and shit? They put down some people. Isn't? Oh, okay, right. I just want to understand the principle. And before anyone says, well, you should... what if it is your son? You know, what if your son or your father or your husband is in the civil border patrol? Huh? Doesn't he get the right to defend his life? The 602 migrants who ultimately made their way onto the Spanish soil have been taken into Ceuta's temporary migrant reception center, a facility already overflowing with another 650 of them. Wow. Spain is going to become world capital leader number one with so many engineers and so many doctors and so many artists and musicians, and it is going to be a booming economy soon. One thing's for sure though, they will win the FIFA World Cup. I am pretty sure. Next year, Spain will win the FIFA World Cup, according to Trevor Noah. It is not the first such incursion across the borders. The two Spanish outposts in North Africa, which are seen by many fleeing poverty. What the fuck is that? Fleeing poverty? I don't understand how you can flee poverty. How the fuck can you flee poverty? Look, I am fucking poor. I made the bank loan in order to pay for the renovations in my house because I had mold. I couldn't afford it, but I went, you know what? I'm going to take a loan, and every single day I am going to slave on this YouTube channel. I am going to lift my fucking self out of poverty. By myself, right? What do you mean? I didn't know I have the choice to go to Spain. Like, you know what? What are you going to Spain? Why? I'm fleeing poverty. As if you know, like, this is why they attack the border and they attack the defense guard. Because otherwise poverty would catch up to them if they went to the legal channels. Fuck me. I really hate this notion, fleeing poverty. It's just, it is very insulting because I'm poor. Actually, I'm not the, no, seriously, like, I'm not the poorest person in Romania, right? I'm doing quite well, but I have been really poor. And to see this idea that, oh yeah, well, if you're poor, you know, you don't need to help yourself out. Just flee, go to a rich place. Why? For the mold bill. Thank you, Steve Connor. I appreciate it. Anyway. They're fleeing poverty and conflict. I understand the idea of fleeing conflict. Okay, fleeing conflict is something that I understand. It's like, okay, there's bombs and it can destroy your house. Alright, but fleeing poverty, fuck that shit. You're going to welfare, okay? Because some nations are developed and their people said, you know what, let's pay more taxes, like all of us pay more taxes and we're going to get welfare in return. And other people who have not paid a single tax in their life, they're going there and it's like, well, can I have some of your shit? It's the first entry of such magnitude into the Ceuta since February 2017. The level of violence and the assault was unprecedented. It also comes as the Spanish system struggles to cope with surging numbers of arrivals. The country is now the largest gateway for migrants crossing the Mediterranean to Europe. 20,000 people. Italy, you did this. You did this, Italy. You know what's sad? There is no right-wing party in Spain, at least not yet. There's absolutely nothing. I spoke with a couple of Spanish people. You can vote far left or you can vote left. You get like the Catalonian separatists, and you get like a very socialist party. That's it. Those are your choices. Well, maybe after a couple more years of scientists. I mean, look at this astronaut. You know, the astronaut is. Oh my god. Despite the unexpected violence, many migrants celebrated after they crossed the border. Look. Reading your article, Telegraph, it seems the migrants came with shields and with armor and with Molotov cocktails. The violence was not unexpected for them. This was a battle for them, which they have won. Of course they're cheering. They have defeated the enemy forces. They have managed to get into Spain by cutting the Spanish fence, by attacking the people that were preventing them. They have managed to smuggle themselves into Spain. They have laid waste to your border defense force, and now they're happy. Unexpected violence, my ass. There is increasing concern that Spain simply cannot cope with the number of arrival. Nonsense. Just take them all. Until Africa is a deserted place. When there is, you look into Africa and it's a desert, then you can say you did the job. NGOs say the country asylum system is collapsed, with thousands already waiting for spaces and the more resources are desperately needed. In Andalusia, where the Spanish Coast Guard has rescued more than 1,200 people from rafts since Monday. Look, imagine you find like a sinkhole, like quicksand, and every single day there is another person trapped in there. Like at one point you start wondering if they're not taking advantage of you, just saying. You know what you can do? Save them and send them back. You save them, you send them back. Eventually they stop coming. Experts say the Spanish surge is partially a result of the crackdown on crossing from Libya to Italy, both by the EU and the new populist government in Rome. Yeah, the horrible Rome Empire is to blame. the horrible populists in Italy who are realizing, okay, we don't want this shit. And now Spain is complaining, well, it's expensive. Yeah, it is expensive. Yeah. You know, charity is good. You go on the street, you find a beggar, you give him money. That is a good thing. But if you are forced to do it, like every day you're compelled to give money to 10 different beggars, eventually it's expensive. Yeah, I completely agree. It can influence your lifestyle. Experts say the Spanish surge is partially the result of crackdown, okay? Matteo Salvini, Italy's new far-right interior minister, on Thursday protested the leading Roman Catholic weekly Familia Christina after it compared him to Satan on its cover. Just to see how deranged these people are. And said his decision to ban migrant rescue boats from the country port was against the gospel. You're not helping them. You're not helping them. You're ruining their country, you idiots. When are these countries going to stop being in poverty if all of their manpower is living to Western nations? Look what you did to Romania, you sick fucks. Do you know how many Romanians have left towards multicultural West? Too fucking many. Who is going to stay here to rebuild the country? Who is going to stay here to change something if everyone is leaving? He also drew protests Thursday after her authorities began clearing minority Roma camp in the Italian capital, leaving hundreds homeless. If they were in a camp, they were already homeless. They weren't belonging there. Fuck me. Oh my god. This is annoying. It is upsetting. Now you know how many times I have to redo my videos. Like I'm genuinely reading and I'm getting angry and then I'm like, okay, stop. And then I remake the video, and I need to sound calm. I need to calm myself. I'm like back, and then I'm rereading the video. This is what I do. This is my job. It's not hard, but it's tedious, very tedious. See, this is why I disagree. I disagree with Thomas Urbanzik. Start killing those animals, because this is what the press wants you to say. This is what the far left wants you to say. They want you to look unhinged. No, they're not animals. I completely sympathize. I genuinely sympathize with this gentleman. Let me see, where's this gentleman, right? Let me find this gentleman right here. Okay. This gentleman right here. He is a clever motherfucker. I 100% sympathize with him. You know why? Because he's fucking smart. He was in poverty. There was a opportunity for him to improve his lifestyle. He took it, and you know what? He won. He is now having a better lifestyle. He would have been stupid had he stayed where he was. So, no, this gentleman is actually a very smart and intelligent human being. It's the far leftist parties in Spain that are the problem. They're the problem, not this guy. This guy isn't the problem. This is the symptom. You know, he genuinely took the opportunity that's more advantageous to him. Would you not have done the same? Be honest. Would you, in his position, not do the same? If you're born in Africa and you're in a village that doesn't have clean water, or you're in maximum poverty and there's gangs all around you and stuff like that, and you hear, look, you can go to Europe and you're going to get money for doing nothing, would you not have taken it? Do you think this guy is the problem? I don't think he's the problem. I think I would have done the same probably. With why should I be upset? Yeah, my free stuff. If it's free shit, why not benefit from it? Someone else will. So it's not his problem. It's the problem of the Spanish government. They are the problem. Of course, what sort of idiot would want to live in Africa? Botswana is actually a good place to live in Africa. Do you know who wants to live in Africa? I will tell you who wants to live in Africa. Let me show you a little bit who wants to live in Africa. I'll show you why Africa is also fucked in a little bit, right? Do you know what this is? Can anyone guess what the picture is, right? What is this, right? What do you think this is? This is the socialist's son from Zimbabwe, right? This is his car. Why does the son of a very impoverished African nation have this shit? Do you have this shit? I don't have this shit. The reason he's having this shit is because his daddy is the president. That's why he's getting this shit. So, in Zimbabwe, they wanted to have socialism. There were people who complained, people who rejected. Do you know what happened to them? They got shot. All of them. Over 20,000 put up against a wall and shot. And then the nation was impoverished while the rich became richer. This is socialism, right? This is why Africa is doing poorly. Because of corruption. And it's not that, oh, well, you know, I suppose there aren't any people that don't want the corruption. No, there are people. They get shot if you talk against it. Horrible. Hopefully it will change. I don't know when. But this level of tyranny doesn't last forever. Hopefully by the time it changes, the Chinese won't come back. wanting to do a little bit of expansion in Africa. And by the way, they do ethnic cleansing as well. If I'm not mistaken, the Zulu are not treated very kindly. Mugabe has lost power. Yeah, it's interesting to see what will happen in the future. But I'm trying to explain to people, because people keep saying, why is Africa poor? Why is Africa poor? Because of that, corruption, right? People who oppose, and it's not like there weren't, 20,000 people, can you imagine that? More than there are in this chat. Lined up against the wall, baka baka baka. Eventually people put up with that shit. They're afraid. China will put the Africans in their place. China will fuck Africa. They don't give a shit. It's going to be interesting to see what will happen. I think that at least Chinese expansionist desires might be put on hold for a little bit because the American Donald Trump is finally putting a stop to Chinese growth with his economic war on China. They're actually needing to divert resources to fight the economic war with the United States. So maybe that will slow the Chinese occupation in Africa. The European Union wants, and when I say occupation, I mean under the sphere of influence, not that they will legitimately put troops there. But the European Union has aspirations in Africa. Hopefully Brexit, and hopefully we're going to get Hungexit and Polexit and whatnot, you know, and it will stop their expansionism, and finally Africa might be left alone for a little bit, you know, to get their shit together. Botswana got its shit together. Hopefully other countries can get their shit together. Botswana is more rich than Romania, by the way. I checked it out. Very wealthy country, looks quite nice. Having resources is not enough, by the way. You also need to know how to extract them, so that's the problem. Botswana has capitalism. That's what it fucking did. Botswana has free market, economic freedom. Let me show you how Botswana looks like. Let me see if I can find the picture. Find the picture of Botswana. And I think Botswana is next to Zimbabwe, if I'm not mistaken, like clear starking differences between Botswana and a social nation. I mean, look at this shit, eh? This is Botswana. There. Look at this. Eh. I don't have this in Romania. This looks fucking cool. Okay. This is capitalism, right? This is what capitalism does. Free market. Government doesn't intervene in the people's lives, and you get prosperity. And it's one of the top cleanest cities in Africa too. Of course, you know, show the slums. This is, I mean, yeah, they do have slums, but it's like saying in America, well, show the slums in New York or show Detroit. It's richer than Romania. Yeah, Botswana has slums. And I'm pretty sure you can find people who live in canals in New York or in California. But I'm telling you something, the pictures that I have shown you in Botswana, you're not going to find them in many African nations. Libya is richer than Botswana. Fair point. But I think that's because of the dictatorship, right? Like it's something interesting. If you have a dictatorship, your nation can go rich, but your people can be very poor. So, it doesn't really matter if your nation is rich if you have huge economic disparity. So there you go. Apparently Libya was an active slave trade. What? Was that a thing? I don't know. Alright. Let me show you some picture. Okay, so the reason I don't want to show slums is because you look at, okay, so these are the New York City slums. And I don't think it's representative for the city as a whole, for New York, to show this. Every single city in the world, with no exception, is going to have impoverished areas. But when you look at the GDP and when you look at the wealth disparity, Botswana is doing quite well. It's not the best nation, don't get me wrong. It's not, an economic powerhouse. Well, it is in the region. But it's not something that would impress a first world country, but it is better than my country. It's far better. It's better than a second world nation. Show today's slums. I don't know. I just looked at New York, but okay. New York City slums 2018. All right, fair enough. Google doesn't seem to show me. Yeah, when I go for New York City slums, it only shows me old pictures. It doesn't show me anything recent, unfortunately. So I think I'll end the stream here. Put down projects. Okay, projects New York City. Okay, that's an interesting word for a modern word for slum. No, it gives me pictures with like college construction projects. It doesn't show, but I'm pretty sure, like, okay, let's do it like this. All right, Detroit poor area. Jesus fucking Christ. All right. It's like showing this as saying it's representative of the United States. It's just looks like a Romanian place. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. This would be easier for both of us if you just go back to Israel and stop all this scheming. Why would Israel not follow its interests? Like, I don't understand. Why would the nation not? Do you think America doesn't have interest in Romania and is guiding my country to certain directions? Should be up to Americans to, choose the direction they want to go. Ethan Long, $5. Thank you, Ethan. Kosovo should not exist. Thank the Clintons. Anyway, Well, like it's funny because I've been speaking with a lot of black supremacists lately. I found a Discord where I was talking with some black people, and they view white supremacy as the root of all evil, right? Like they view white people going into Africa, and that's why they think that Africa is not fully developed, and that's why they blame all the troubles. And then when I look at some more of the far right people and what they say, it's almost the same, but they're blaming the Jews. It's like, well, as the Jewish people, if they would stop interfering, our nations would be a golden age. It would be a utopia. Like white people would build the best nations in the world if it wasn't for the Jewish people. And then when you talk with the Jews, they blame it on the Muslims. It's like, well, if these nations around Israel wouldn't blah, blah, blah. They blame it on the Muslims, and they also blame it on the Germans. It is fascinating, really. Like every single race, if you look at racial ideologies that are using a race, they're always blaming on someone else. It's like if that person wouldn't exist, if that other wouldn't exist, it would be a golden age. Feminism does it with men. It's like if men wouldn't exist and we would have a matriarchy, it would be a golden age. Black people do it with whites. You got Jewish people that are doing it with Muslims. Muslims are doing it with the Jews. I don't know. I think the Japanese, they don't do it with anyone. The Japanese and the Chinese, I think they're not blaming anyone. Jews and Muslims aren't racist. Well, Jews can count as an ethnicity. And that's what they're talking about. As for Muslims, I agree. But I'm talking about the Islamic ideology. I should play some Dead Space, shouldn't I? Indians do it with the Pakis. Yeah, no, it's starting to be funny. Like when you look into all these different ideologies that shouldn't have anything together with one another, you're noticing the similarities. That there's always, like they represent the interests of the race, and they always have an excuse for why they're not in a golden age. There's always like, if it wasn't for them, we would be king of the world. We was kangs. So I think I should play Dead Space. I should finish Dead Space. I wanted to play Life is Strange and finish Life is Strange, the first game, but since the developers are cunts, I'm not going to do it. So there we go. The Japanese are really hated over in East Asia, especially by the Chinese. Well, if you look at some of the Japanese history in World War II, it makes sense. Okay, so I'll address it another time. 477 people watching. I will address why I deleted the previous stream again. I'm sorry if you heard it the first time. So I played Life is Strange 2, and I will make a confession. You can clip this. You can clip this. But I enjoyed Life is Strange 2. I fucking enjoyed it. It was a good game. I enjoyed it. It was so bad. Okay, the writing was so bad that I actually had fun. I was laughing at how bad the writing is that I had tears falling down my cheeks. Or cheeks falling down my tears, falling upwards on my tears. Doesn't matter. But I had fun. I legitimately had fun. And I encourage people, go buy the game. It is funny. It is the best comedy game ever, right? I had around 2,000 people who watched my stream, which is quite a lot for a gaming stream. I usually don't get that many for when I play video games. But it was 2,000 people. I enjoyed the stream. I enjoyed talking with people in the comment sections. And I wanted to stream the first version. And I look at it and it's monetized. It's fine. Okay. Today I wake up and some cunt manually flagged it because there's no other way. If it was automatic, it would have been flagged yesterday. No, it was manually flagged as a copyright claim, right? A copyright claim on it. And now that YouTube is having this duplication nonsense, they demonetize entire channels if you have a high number of copyright claims. So I had to remove it. Fuck the developer. Just how ass hurt can you be? I gave you a favorable review. I told people to purchase your shit. Okay? I told people to purchase your shit. And apparently it's because I didn't appreciate the product in the way it was supposed to be. Like I didn't... I was laughing at it rather than, taking moral and intellectual advice from it. I didn't get the last itty bitty piece of wisdom that the developer pushed in it, that this is why they're ass mad? Horrible. Absolutely horrible. All right, let me check something else. Matchstick, thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it. I'm thinking of doing a charity stream myself. I'm not sure. I'm going to look at hospitals in Romania or maybe a children's home or something else, because Ralph is right. It is a nice gesture. You know, it's a very nice gesture, and I'll probably do it next year though, not this year. I need to, you know, find something that I like, present it to people so they know where they donate, and also to make sure that it's a legitimate place, like not someone that would donate the money for another cause or divert it. You know, probably a children's home. Or an animal shelter. Animal shelter would probably not be... would not get a lot of donations, but the thing is, like, I'm constantly thinking, right? When you donate money to an animal shelter, it's not really the animals, it's also the people that are working there. And people donate to children's hospitals all the time. They don't really donate to animal shelters. Just, you know, thought about that. Maybe I can do both. You know, 1 month animal shelter, 3 months down the line, kiddie shelter. I stream Life is Strange 2 as well. I got 30 viewers. That is probably why I didn't get the community flag. The joy curse of low viewership, says Short Fat Otaku. Honestly, Short Fat Otaku is like, you know, sometimes I'm on Discord, right? And I forget that I'm on Discord. And I start to do certain activities. Like, I go on Twitch, on the family-friendly platform. You know, I go on family-friendly platform Twitch, and I watch women playing video games, completely harmless, absolutely harmless. And then you know you're enjoying that, and you hear on someone go like, "V," like the fuck, you know, and it's Devo in the Discord who joined my channel, like V. Oh Dios mío. Oh Dios mío. Okay, so it's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Okay. Every single day when it's going to be 19 o'clock my time, I'm going to try to start streaming. And it's going to be a stream, usually I will get a guest if I can. And if I can't, it's just going to be myself talking shit, like I did today. I will play video games outside that time schedule. Like usually when I wake up, I make my YouTube video on my main channel, and then I take it to then I start streaming. Let me show you something what I'm doing for tomorrow. Let's see if I manage to have it saved. Gotta give you a sneak peek.
Dan Merkin here.
No, not this one. A title project, I think this is the one. On March the 5th, 2013. Hey, okay. Boo. Tell me what you think, chat. I'll give you a little sneak peek. This is the video for tomorrow. We witnessed the reboot of the Tomb Raider franchise. The game received massive praise both from the critics and the fans. And as I'm looking back to it, it does seem to be an amazing game that I will recommend to other people playing it. What makes the game amazing is its storyline, its characters, and the setting, as well as the gameplay. You play as Lara Croft, who is trying to discover an uncharted island, and as you approach this island, your ship suffers a massive damage during a storm, and you end up being shipwrecked. Yeah, people can't hear. Of course you can't hear. But yeah, so it's a review of why the first Tomb Raider is a great game, and then I'll explain why the third Tomb Raider is the shit game. Right. Thank you for watching. Oh, Samurai Scroll is in the chat. Huge fan. Huge. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.